All your life, you've worked hard for what you have, and you take pride in doing the right thing. But there's an important family responsibility that you may have neglected, not because you've meant to, but possibly because it's just too difficult for you to deal with, and that's life insurance to protect your family. The average cost of final expenses today is over $10,000.
Losing my husband, Tom, was the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in my life.
And without final expense life insurance, you'll be handing that burden over to your family. At a time when they should be celebrating your life, they'll be worried about who will pay these huge costs.
The kids and I weren't prepared for this emotionally. I definitely wasn't prepared financially.
But if you're between the ages of 50 and 80, you may be eligible for a program that will pay up to $35,000 for your funeral and other final expenses. This program provides guaranteed coverage, and there's no medical exam required. Better yet, this is a plan that guarantees your low rates will never increase.
So it's easy to budget.
And your benefits will never decrease.
As we get older, even the rates stay the same.
And your plan can never be canceled, even if your health takes a turn for the worse.
If we develop some health issues, our coverage still stays in effect.
And this makes getting this plan now instead of later a very smart financial decision. And if you don't need a guaranteed issue plan, we'll tell you about a plan that allows you to get money while you're still alive, when you may need it the most.
A few minutes of preparation now could provide your family with a lot of emotional and financial security later.
And we'll show you exactly how easy and inexpensive it can be to get life insurance.
When a loved one passes, it creates a strain for their family.
Between the costs of the funeral and outstanding debts, grief can quickly turn into panic.
I forget it as long as I live. It's 2 a.m, the phone rings. What did you say, Mom? What about Dad? A car accident? What do you mean he's gone?
First there's the shock, of course, and then grief, denial, anger, all the normal human emotions.
And while we're going through this horrific time, we still have to deal with the funeral arrangements.
I never realized how expensive a funeral is.
$10,000.
Had we known more about final expense life insurance, it would have changed everything.
Well, it certainly would have saved us a lot of money and a lot of unnecessary stress. It would have paid our $10,000 funeral bill.
And all the other bills that we never expected.
Like his outstanding credit card bills. Almost $4,000.
And the medical bill, another $5,000.
All told, Dad's final expenses were around $20,000.
It nearly wiped out my savings.
Having that $20,000 would have made all the difference in the world.
So I got protected, and now my kids and grandkids are protected too. It's not easy to discuss planning for the ends of one's life, but it has to be done for the sake of the family. My final expense life insurance is my way of saying thank you. I love you all so very much.
Life is full of decisions, and there's no doubt you've made so many important ones over the years, possibly buying a car or a house or starting a family. But there's one decision you may have put off, and that's buying life insurance to protect your family. And it's not too late.
If you're between 50 and 80, there's an affordable life insurance plan that pays for your funeral and all other expenses.
Final expense life insurance.
It's hard to think about the end of our lives, but the average cost for a funeral is well over $8,000. How much will it cost in 10 years? Well, no one knows for sure, but odds are the costs won't be going down. Without final expense life insurance, how will your family pay for this significant expense? Don't leave them with this difficult financial burden. Grieving will be difficult enough.
If you're between the ages of 50 and 80, you may be eligible for a program that will pay up to $35,000 for your funeral as well as other final expenses. These plans do not require a medical exam. Your acceptance is guaranteed. If your health declines, your final expense life insurance plan cannot be canceled.
These plans guarantee your low rates will never increase and your benefits will never decrease.
Here are some of the most commonly asked questions about guaranteed coverage final expense insurance. What age do I need to be to qualify?
Guaranteed coverage is available for persons age 50 to 80.
Bill, let's say I've been a smoker for 20 years and I drink alcohol regularly. Would I still qualify?
Yes, coverage is still guaranteed.
And what if I'm overweight or diabetic, or my lifestyle isn't what doctors would consider healthy? Would I still get coverage?
Yes, you will. No matter your current or past health conditions, no matter how you live your life, your coverage is guaranteed.
Your premiums never increase, while your benefits always stay the same.
And your family can use the tax-free money they receive for anything they want.
And make sure your loved ones are covered.
We've got 3 children, 6 grandchildren, and we got each other.
And aside from a few health issues, we're doing just fine.
Unfortunately, those health issues made it almost impossible to get life insurance.
Well, with my diabetes and his high blood pressure, well, we're usually denied coverage.
Or, when we were offered it, the premiums were way too expensive.
Well, that's when I did some research, and I found out about final expense life insurance. Funerals aren't cheap.
And if you have medical bills, you know how expensive that can be.
A final expense policy pays for all of those. Your coverage is always guaranteed.
Regardless of your past or present medical history. And you're guaranteed coverage without taking a medical exam.
Your rates will never go up, ever.
So it's easy to budget. Planning now gives us both peace of mind for later.
Getting this policy is a gift we've given each other.
American seniors on a fixed income are finding it difficult, if not impossible, to find affordable life insurance. Many are now taking advantage of the guaranteed coverage that Final Expense Life Insurance offers.
And your rate never increases, while your coverage never decreases.
There's no medical exam. You can be approved for coverage within minutes.